Lena always thought the old house on the outskirts of town was just another abandoned relic of time. It stood at the end of an overgrown road, its windows clouded with grime, and its wood darkened by years of neglect. The villagers often spoke of it in hushed tones, whispering about the horrors that took place within its decaying walls. But to Lena, it was just a house, a perfect project for her summer break. As she pushed through the tangled brush to reach the front door, the weight of the stories in town lingered in her mind, but she dismissed them. Ghosts, she thought, were only for people with wild imaginations. With her bags unpacked and a notebook in hand, she decided to explore the house. The door creaked open easily, as if it had been waiting for her. Inside, the house seemed frozen in time. Furniture covered in sheets, cobwebs clinging to every corner, and an eerie silence that pressed against her chest. Yet something felt off. It was as if the house itself was holding its breath. Her footsteps echoed through the hall as she wandered. The air felt heavy, and the smell of damp wood filled her nostrils. As she moved deeper, she found photographs scattered on a table, their images faded but haunting. A family smiling, yet the faces seemed distorted, the smiles unnervingly wide. On the second floor, she found the master bedroom. A large, full-length mirror hung on the wall. It was framed in dark wood, intricate carvings twisting around its edges. The glass seemed too clear, almost alive. As Lena approached, she felt the temperature drop. Her reflection stared back at her, but something about it was wrong. For a fleeting second, the reflection didn't move in sync with her. She blinked, and it was gone. Her heart skipped a beat. Dust, she told herself. It must be dust. But the air grew colder. A faint sound reached her ears, a whisper, barely audible, coming from the mirror. Her reflection tilted its head, smiling faintly, even though Lena's face was expressionless. She stepped back, panic surging through her veins. Suddenly, the whisper grew louder, turning into a guttural hum. Lena spun around, searching the room, but it was empty. When she turned back to the mirror, the reflection was gone. Instead, a shadowy figure loomed within the glass. Its hollow eyes locked onto hers, and a twisted smile spread across its face. A loud creak echoed behind her. The door, which had been ajar, slammed shut on its own. She ran to it, pulling desperately, but it wouldn't budge. Her breathing quickened, and tears welled in her eyes as the room darkened. The shadow stepped closer, its form writhing like smoke. "Leave!" Lena screamed, her voice cracking. But the shadow laughed, a low, bone-chilling sound that resonated deep within her. She reached for her phone, but the screen glitched, displaying distorted images of the house instead of her home screen. The shadow's laughter echoed again, and the walls seemed to ripple. She felt a pull, like an invisible force dragging her toward the mirror. "No!" she screamed, clawing at the floorboards. But her efforts were futile. Her body slammed into the cold glass, and before she could react, she was yanked into the mirror's world. The air around her was thick and suffocating. The space looked identical to the bedroom she'd been in, but everything was wrong. The walls pulsed as if alive, and the furniture was distorted, melting and reforming. Shadows flickered in every corner, whispering her name. The voice returned, louder this time, chanting words she couldn't understand. Lena stumbled through the twisted room, searching for an escape. Her reflection reappeared in the warped mirror, but it wasn't her. Its eyes were dark, soulless, and it grinned at her with a predatory hunger. "Why are you doing this?" Lena whispered, tears streaming down her face. The reflection tilted its head. "You're mine now," it said, its voice layered with echoes. As she backed away, the shadows lunged toward her, their cold touch draining her strength. She screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the oppressive air. The walls closed in, and the floor beneath her shifted, revealing a dark abyss. Hours felt like days as Lena wandered the endless, shifting hallways of the mirror world. Every door she opened led to the same room, and every window showed only darkness. The shadows followed her, whispering secrets of the house's cursed past. She learned of the family who once lived there, a father who delved into dark rituals, a mother who went mad, and children who disappeared, their souls trapped within the house. The mirror, she realized, was their prison, and now it was hers. Just as she was about to give up, she noticed something strange, a faint light emanating from a crack in the floorboards. She pried them open, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside was an old leather-bound journal. The journal belonged to a woman named Eleanor, the last survivor of the cursed family. It detailed how the mirror could be defeated by breaking its frame with a specific object, a dagger hidden in the basement. Lena clung to the hope. She steeled herself, venturing deeper into the house's mirrored version, guided by Eleanor's notes. The shadows grew more aggressive, their whispers turning into screams, but Lena pressed on. Reaching the basement, she found the dagger, its blade inscribed with runes that glowed faintly. As she held it, the house trembled, and the shadows recoiled. With renewed determination, she made her way back to the mirror. The reflection snarled, its calm demeanor replaced by fury. "You'll never escape!" it bellowed, its voice shaking the walls. Lena didn't hesitate. She raised the dagger and struck the mirror's frame. The glass shattered with an ear-piercing scream, and the shadowy figure dissolved into nothingness. Lena collapsed onto the floor of the real master bedroom, gasping for air. The house was silent, its oppressive aura lifted. She stumbled out, sunlight streaming through the cracks in the boarded-up windows. As she left, she glanced back at the house one last time. The mirror was gone, replaced by an empty wall. But deep in her heart, she knew the house wasn't finished. It was only waiting for its next visitor.